In a world of writers, actors, and actresses, you dare to act harder.
1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The old dark dog awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, bum bum. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, bum bum.
You dare to write harder. You need a break to express your talent.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
A break to change your life. An individual to help you be seen and heard. You've earned your big break.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 8 of the Big Break. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us, and a big thank you to our guest judge this week, Tru Collins. Tru, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I love this stuff.
This has been without question the hardest week for making choices. We had, I wish I could include so many more people. The auditions we had were phenomenal. We're going to do some. We're obviously going to meet our winners here. We're going to talk about the auditions and such. But first off, as we get into that, because I know everyone's really wanting to see who our winners are, and we're going to jump right into that. But first off, just to kick things off, Tru, if you wouldn't mind, you kept telling me how I'm not sure. It was a tough decision, and it was all up in the air. Tell us about the auditions that you saw this week.
Oh my gosh, it was so incredible. It was really hard. I hate judging art because everybody's audition was so unique and interesting. And I really just kind of had to make a decision, but I was, like I told Andy, I watched every audition like 5 times, and I was up. Andy was getting an email from me at 3 a.m. I still haven't decided. I've narrowed it down to 6. But it was just so incredible. I loved the vast range of musicals that were used. All my favorites. We hit Jason Robert Brown, and we hit Chicago, and we hit Hamilton, of course. Everybody was really committed to whatever character that they created, which was so beautiful to watch. Everybody had an interesting setup and had an interesting backdrop, and it was, everything about it was so, it was a great throwback for me, because I've been in LA for a minute, and I've been working in TV and film for a couple of years, and I miss musical theater. It's, you guys know, it's in your blood, and it doesn't ever go away. So it was really wonderful. It was such a great experience for me to be able to watch all of these 5 times.
We had a remarkable number of setups as well. We had people going from, really thought out, like, tripods and stuff, trying to capture it perfectly. We had people in their car and in gymnasiums. And I gotta say, I want to give props out there to all the people when you're taking this on. One, if you feel like you don't have the perfect setup, but you just want to do it. I actually specifically want to single out, there was a young man who actually filmed his audition in his car, singing out his audition. Doing an audition in the privacy of your house in a setup is one thing, but this guy was in a parking lot for the whole world to see as he did this. And to the young man that did that, I want to give you a big props for your boldness and your bravery for taking that on. You should be proud. For all the people who blatantly told me, I got so many emails where I can't really sing, I'm not really sure if this is my week or if I should try, and you know what, you did anyway. And whether it was a monologue from a musical or just you taking it on as a song, you should be incredibly proud of the work you did, because it's that boldness and taking on that fear as to why it is that you're gonna succeed in what you're doing. So I want to give props to all the people that took this on, even though it was way outside your comfort zone.
What's so interesting about that is the people, it's funny that you say some people were scared because they weren't singers. They are smart and they are lucky, because I judged this competition. I had to make a decision because every audition was so different, and I had to decide what perspective I was going to judge from. There's so many, you can be the most talented singer but not fully be in character, or you can have a full strong character but not be the most technical singer. So I had to make a decision, and this is an acting competition show, so I decided because my specialty is character development and I work as a coach with a lot of actors, to come from a place of acting, storytelling, and character commitment. And so those people who were not necessarily, don't consider themselves professional singers, lucked out, because that's not how I judged this. I judged this based on your storytelling and your commitment to the character, and your connection to the material. So yeah, way to jump in and be brave.
Absolutely. And we have our own favorites. All of us individually were kind of rooting, but this was, in the end, it wasn't our call. And out there was one person that our audience, our global audience, rallied behind and loved. And in a record-breaking week, we have never on the Big Break had as many people voting as we had this week, and we have never had a single person get the support they had. So in a record-breaking week, we would like to introduce our most popular pick and voted winner for this week on the Big Break. Right, so here it is. Derek, the reason I'm contacting you today is in regards to your audition. The reason we had to get on the phone to speak about your audition was because when we reviewed it and then reviewed what we saw going on online, we came to an inevitable conclusion that we have to inform you that your audition has actually received a record amount of support from the community. Not only did we like your audition, but apparently everyone else did as well, and you received more votes than we've ever seen. And in fact, in a record-breaking week, fully 1/3 of every vote cast was yours.
That's so awesome.
So Derek, I'm actually calling you to officially congratulate you and welcome you to the Big Break.
Yes! Yes! Dude, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. I am so surprised. I'm so shocked.
Derek, your audition was amazing. It was delightful. Apparently, we are definitely not the only ones who thought that, man. Your community, your audience watching, all thought that as well, man. We've never seen a vote tally like this before. It was amazing.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so humble, dude. I'm so excited. That is phenomenal. And thank you guys. Thank you for the opportunity. This is fantastic news.
We're really excited to have you on the show. We're really excited to have you work with us, and we can't wait to see those curtains open for you.
Dude, you guys are the best. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the call.
You're welcome. You're very welcome, man. Congratulations once again.
Thanks so much.
All right, congratulations to our top pick. Come on out, Derek. Come on out. Yeah. Oh man, Derek, congratulations, man. Congratulations. This was an amazing work you did. Amazing work you did.
Thank you guys so much.
And man, you really had people just rally behind you on those votes. It was pretty phenomenal to watch. I'm what real quick, the you had a remarkable audition that I was very unique to us and really stood out as it did to a lot of people. Just really quick, tell us a little bit about the piece you did. Why did you choose that, and kind of, what brought you to taking that particular part on?
Yeah, man. No, thank you. First of all, so much. I was so shocked, and just being able to see the comments, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, like, where are these people coming from? And so it was super cool. But no, the inspiration actually came from my wife. My wife had suggested, she loved that song, and she said, Derek, if there was ever a song that I would sing for an audition, it would be Popular. And so that was kind of always on my radar. And then a friend of mine was doing a gender swap concert to support the arts just around our area. And he said, hey, would you like to do a song that is predominantly sung by a female, do a spin on it, and just kind of make it your own? And that's where the inspiration came from, is I wanted to participate in this concert to benefit the arts and also just bring awareness to, like, hey, there's some really hard times right now. And so I did. I submitted the video, and I took the kind of the spin on it of being a jock who is singing at, maybe a nerd, and just being able to have that play on it. And oh God, it's so much fun. And I think that was the thing that I hope could really be seen. It wasn't just being able to sing the song. I really just enjoyed it.
Well, congratulations again, Derek. It's what was really clear from the beginning is what you said, is you put a mountain of work into this, and you should be really proud of what you've done. We're proud to have you here.
Thank you.
There's one more person I would very much like to bring out. We're very excited in a week of a lot of difficult decisions. One person kind of rose to the top in a very, very, very close decision. And so, without further ado, I'd like to present this week's top picked audition winner. Here we are. Hi, Megan. So listen, the reason I'm calling is because, and we were reviewing auditions today. Something came up with a handful of them, and it kind of specifically yours, that sadly necessitated this quick call. When we were reviewing the audition, we were actually informed by someone very specific that there was something about your audition that I needed to call you about. Now, the person I got notified from was actually Tru Collins. And so what she notified me of was the fact that your audition was definitely her number one pick this week. And I'm actually calling you to officially welcome you to the big break and to congratulate you on being the number one pick for this week.
You scared me. I was like, was something wrong with my song? Did I get in trouble?
I definitely do that to people occasionally.
Oh my God. Wow, I'm so excited.
Oh my God, man, you should be really proud. Your audition was so amazing. You put so much work. We're really excited for you. We're so...
Thank you. Oh my God, me too.
Oh man. So, sorry I scared you, but Megan, congratulations. And welcome back, and man, come on out. Big congratulations, this week's top picked winner, Megan. Woo!
Hi.
Oh my gosh, Megan, congratulations. Oh man. It was a delight to watch your audition.
Oh, I'm glad.
You clearly put a lot of thought and work into that audition. Why don't you please tell us about that piece? Tell us about your audition and why you chose it, why it meant so much to you to do that.
Oh gosh, it is just such a fun song to sing. So it's called Miss Bird from Closer Than Ever, and I find when I pick songs to add to my book, to my repertoire, I always want it to set me apart in some way, or I want it to have some sort of through line. I remember a friend of mine sang this in high school, and I was like, that's so fun. I want to do that. And I think I added it to my book when I was probably a sophomore or a junior in college. And it's always just a really fun piece to play with. I love playing with making her like more seductive or more giggly or something like that. So I love to be like really goofy when I'm performing, and I find that song lets me do whatever I want with it.
Well, you definitely made the piece your own. That's for certain. I think that's probably one of the reasons we loved it so much. Tru, what were some of your thoughts on both these? I know it was a tough call all around, but what were your thoughts on our 2 winners auditions this week?
I mean, they were both so incredible. Megan, your eyes are so expressive. I mean, that is your money right there. Those eyes are like the window. I mean, everybody's eyes are the window to their soul, but like you got a big window. And it's awesome because you know how to use them. The whole thing was so dynamic. You really told the story and like sculpted the emotional journey of the song. I immediately, like within 2 seconds, I immediately knew who this woman was and what she wanted and how she felt and what her perspective was, which is, I think, the most important to me, at least. Felt the arc. And then, you want it to be like a mountain, but with all of these hills and valleys within the mountain as the story goes on. And I felt that. And that was part of kind of keeping the audience on its toes. My main decision was based in the fact that, like, you were just committed. Like, you were just, she's in you. Like, girl, you are Miss Bird. And so, yeah, I mean, it was just captivating. It was, I couldn't take my eyes off of you.
Thank you. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
Yeah, it was great. It was, and then Derek, oh my.
Derek.
Incredible voice, incredible strong choice. Also, not biased here, but happens to be one of my favorite songs. Was one of my audition songs. Was in my book.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was in my book when I was making the musical theater rounds and doing all the, cattle calls in New York. That wonderful experience of audition. But technically, first of all, incredibly bold, strong choice, which is always going to win you. It's going to win you fans in this industry.
Cool. Thank you.
It takes the fear out of it, and it puts some power and strength into us as actors, and allows us to really make bold choices, which you did. Like that was like, I was like, oh wait, maybe Galinda is a dude. Maybe. Bold. So it was just so creative. I loved your selfie in the improv, and I loved how you snapped into this improv, but then you kept within the rhythm of the song. You snapped right back in when it was time to go back to the text. I just like to be kept on my toes. I don't want to be bored ever, and I was not bored in any moment. Honestly, in any of these auditions, I was never bored. I loved your choice for the basketball. Like I said earlier, I'm like pro props. I'm pro whatever feeds you as an actor.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved your use of the space. Like at first, I was like, "This is an interesting frame," because you had all this negative space in the frame, and then you stepped up into it, and I was like, "Got it. All right." Every time I questioned you, you proved me wrong, which is what I want. I want you to question the audience. I want to be like, do I like this? Oh shit, I do. I like it.
Never question Glenda. Never question Glenda.
Yeah, I mean, that was honestly with both you guys. You really kept me on my toes, and that, especially with comedy, because comedy is the element of surprise. And I was constantly surprised. I never knew what you were going to do next, but every choice that you both made was so motivated. So nothing was ever, I never felt like you were just doing something to be surprising. Nothing was shock value, and nothing was like just to be funny. Everything was emotionally motivated and character driven, yet surprising and interesting and exciting.
Well, I want to turn this over. I want to give a chance and turn this over to some of the girls from our amazing media team. As a quick reminder, if you guys haven't checked it out, please see some of the amazing and hilarious and awesome work going on our TikTok channel that Delaney is putting forth. Amazing stuff. Big props. Sabrina with us is the one who is, at the drop of a dime, able to throw together these videos and make everything work at 3 a.m. and making our show possible. So we have an amazing media team. Sabrina, Delaney, I know you loved a chance to chat with our judges and get some questions in as well and delve into the craft, so to speak. So Sabrina, why don't you go right ahead?
First, I want to say to the winners, I think you guys did an amazing job. I think one of the hardest things about doing musical theater self-taping is it's kind of harder to click with the stage presence of not having an audience reacting to what you're doing. It's kind of like stand-up in a way. You have to gauge what people are thinking most of the time with theater, but you guys did an amazing job of not needing the audience and just having that stage presence all on your own and just commanding attention. And Tru, I want to ask you a question about your involvement with the Big Break. What inspired you to sign on to the project and become kind of a mentor to a bunch of actors who are making their break into the industry?
Well, first of all, great note. Like, you could be my substitute teacher. Love that note. My friend Jennifer Field, who is a fantastic actress, and she was a judge on here. She is an actress that I work with a lot. She reached out to me about this show, and I was a musical theater major, professional performing arts school in high school, and that's sort of where my soul lies. But I've also, in the last couple of years, really developed a love for coaching and teaching and working with actors, and my coaching kind of is very. The span of my coaching is broad because I work with brand new actors who I'm helping them find representation and putting together good self tapes for them to get reps. And then I also have worked with doing character development on a big team for Oscar winners. It's been a nice reminder that I love this craft and just getting to do it in any kind of form, whether it's staying up all night watching these auditions or being on set myself or assisting somebody that I look up to or mentoring somebody that looks up to me. In any form, I love professional make-believe. And so I'm so excited when Jennifer told me about the Big Break and asked me to, she said something about like, I don't know if it's what you want to do, branding. I was like, branding? I don't care. My brand is artists and encouraging other artists. Like, that's the brand. It was a no-brainer for me. And I didn't even know in the beginning that was going to be Musical Theater Week. So,
Just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it worked out.
Delaney.
I want to ask our two winners. First of all, like, how did you find the Big Break, and then how did you come to the decision to audition?
Well, Derek, I'm gonna go first. I saw it on Facebook. I don't know who posted it. It was in some sort of LA non-union actor casting calls group. And I saw it and I was like, a minute? Sure, why not? That was literally my attitude. I was like, just get me to do something. I'm sick of, work and home and just playing on my phone all the time. I wanted to give myself something to do. So I saw it and I was like, that looks fun. Might as well.
Megan, I really echo what you're saying. It was just an opportunity of being prepared, number one, but also I want to encourage anybody who has auditioned before for the Big Break is to not stop auditioning. And I had submitted something early on I think it was like week 2 or 3. And the way I found out about the show was I had just subscribed to different opportunities around my area and also just people that were doing virtual auditions. But I think Tru, like you said so well, if you're confident and you're bold and you have enough belief in yourself to just go for it and not worry about what people are going to think or being vulnerable, just do what you love and do and have fun and go with it. That was kind of my motivation, just to go ahead and get it in and submit it and just see what they say. Let other people reject something that you put out there without rejecting yourself first. And that to me was such a driving force. I really wanted other people to say, hey, don't give up.
Everything, everything we're doing really takes like the work and focus and all that. And I'm hoping some of the takeaway people get from all this is that, these folks, these winners you see, these judges we have are representing a monumental amount of work that's gone into things. And so for the people out there, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to fail. The most successful people I've ever known have stood in front of people and said, the only real difference from where we're at and where you're at is we failed more than you.
I failed so much.
It's so true.
Be like like, well, I failed, so why am I not famous?
I
don't know. I guess you haven't failed enough.
Well,
I have failed 5 times.
It has been said that experience is the best teacher, but sadly that's not true. It's reflected upon experience is our best teacher. So, it's amazing how quickly the time goes here, and I do want there's a couple more questions I want to ask of everybody that are really fun, and really quick, I ask this every single week of every one of our winners because I think it's a message. One of our very first winners had described how they had almost not auditioned. They had described how they had been discouraged by the wrong teacher at the wrong time, and because of which almost gave up acting completely. And however, it was the right encouragement from the right person, pushed them over the edge so that they would actually try and audition and won a spot on the show as a result of that. And everybody said the same thing. They've been really commonly saying they were scared, they were nervous about auditioning, not sure if they would do it. So from both of our winners, I would love to hear this. To the person who's out there who's not sure if they want to audition, they're not sure if they have it, they're not quite there to break through that fear if they should go for it. For that person who's right on the edge, Derek, what would you like to say to that person next week who's not sure if they should audition and just need that little extra boost to see that they just got to push past the fear?
Well, great question. To anybody who's watching this and you're contemplating what you want to do for the next week or the weeks to come, I would say you really have nothing to lose. Like, there really is nothing to lose. And the only thing that I want you to question is it yourself that's prompting you not to do it? Or is it some other factors around you? Because neither one of those factors should ever keep you from doing what you love. And so I just really want to encourage people that you really need to check and make sure that you really, really want to do it. And if you really, really want to do it, then there's no reason that you shouldn't do it. I mean, there's no good reason why you can't just take the time and go ahead and do this, because that's how the doors are open. And unfortunately, in this business, doors, you can't just push your way through them, and they have to be able to be open for you, but people can't open the doors for you if you don't put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. And so be willing to take risks and be vulnerable. Absolutely, like, take time to really consider, hey, I'm just going to do this, and I'm not going to worry about the outcome, and then just have fun. When you fail, you fail gracefully, or fail in a funny way, or something that just really leads to fun marks. You can learn from it, but you can't learn unless you try. And so I would just say, please, don't give up. And that's been the message for me, is just keep pressing in, let people see who I am. And if they choose to open the door for me, then great. Then if not, that's okay. You got to keep going.
And you're going to fail anyway, so you might as well get those fails out the way.
Exactly.
It's true.
Lock them up.
Megan, how about yourself? What would you like to say to that person who's really not sure?
This subject hits really, really home for me because I've been that person where I was too scared to really pursue something, or I started pursuing something and people told me you can't for these reasons. Went through a college program that kind of just made me feel like, oh, if you don't get in this certain elite BFA program, you're not an actor. And I didn't assess into that, and my friends never made me feel like that, but it was kind of the faculty and the way that the program was structured always made me feel like, oh, well, you didn't get in, so you're not an actor. You have to choose something else. The worst thing that can happen is they say no. Or the worst thing that can happen, exactly like what Derek said, that you have nothing to lose. And to add to that more, there is a place for you in theater. And I think that's becoming way, way more obvious right now, where theater is becoming so much more inclusive than it has been, because theater and art in general reflects the human condition. You need to show all of those kinds of people on the stage. That's what I love about theater, is that we're telling stories.
I'm a big fan of opening doors for people. I agree. Yes, I would hope some people take away from what they heard is that people don't wrap up their entire self-image and their value of how they see themselves in any given part, in any given yes or no, and that as we heard from previous weeks, a lot of what makes great acting, great auditioning, is that knowing and owning and being happy inside of yourself first, and then from that space of confidence becoming other people. And that was one of the most profound things. So if there's anything the Big Break has seen, it's the diversity and wide range of the human experience that's out there. And the truth is, we want all of it. We want your experience. We want to see the story you're going to tell through the character, and we hope people come out here. Remember, as I think I've quoted before, success does not go to the chosen few. It always goes to the few who choose. So we hope you come out. We hope you audition. Speaking of which, as we close up here, guys, week 9 this week, our selected category, at long last, is going to be romance and love stories. So give us your sappy monologues. Make us fall in love. Make us cry from it. I'm not saying Moulin Rouge is one of my favorite things of all time, but But speaking of which, so we have moments left. Really quickly, we're gonna go round table. Favorite romance, favorite love story. Delaney.
Why? I'm an alcohol marketer. Why this? Oh, Disney. Most Disney then. I was gonna say Disney. Disney's the good category.
There we go. So, Sabrina, how about yourself? Favorite romance, favorite love story?
Probably not the healthiest of love stories, but Wuthering Heights definitely is way up there for me.
And Megan, how about you?
We were talking about Hadestown earlier. I think Orpheus and Eurydice just breaks my heart every time.
And Derek.
Guys, on Return to the Tables, I would go to film and say anything with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. I don't know why, but I just it's so funny.
Yeah.
I will always watch something with them. It is great.
And Tru, how about yourself? Favorite. It's so hard, I know, but
it's so hard. But I'm gonna go in the spirit of this week. I'm gonna go with Audrey, the love story in Little Shop, because it's such a fun one. Audrey Seymour. And I also real quick want to shout out Sabrina, because your audition was incredible as well, and I loved Chicago and I loved your commitment, and I was really feeling the mood.
Oh, thank you.
That was great, yeah.
Yeah, we could sit here, and I would, as much as I would love to give shout outs to all of our top pick folks. You guys were amazing. To all the people who are auditioning, top pick or not, thank you for the work you did. All of you should be proud of the work. Please keep an eye on our social media. We have Delaney putting forth an amazing and phenomenal TikTok campaign.
Follow our TikTok. We only have 500 followers. Get us to 1,000 so we can live stream.
Guys, we got
live stream so many things and I can't.
Guys, we actually have some great live stream. We actually have some great content that we'd love to live stream you with our winners, guys. So push those. Let's help us push those numbers up. Keep an eye. We're going to be announcing, the Big Break will be announcing in a post very shortly our I Did My 10 campaign as we push forward to finish out our season. And with that, guys, thank you once again to Tru for being with us this week. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
Big congratulations once again to Derek and to Megan for our winners this week. And from all of us at the Big Break, break a leg. Bye, guys.
Bye.